configure the router 1. Okay, so in order to configure, the configuration is simple. Like in my case, the router 1 is having 2 interfaces. We need to advertise these 2 interfaces. So I'll be using router OSPF 1. We can use any process ID. And remember one more thing, this process ID is locally significant, which means if I'm using the process ID of 1, let's say I'm using OSPF 1 here, and if I'm using OSPF 2 here, still they will form the neighborship, because as long as you are advertising these 2 interfaces, these 2 are in the same subnet, and as long as the OSPF is properly configured, they will establish the neighbor relationship. Means it's not compulsory that you must use the same process ID, so we can use different process IDs also on different routers. Still they will form the neighborship, so it's not compulsory to match. Unlike in EAGRP, the AS number has to match. That is in EAGRP. In EAGRP, if you have implemented, so basically you must use the same AS number. The number should be same, but it's not the same case here. So these are locally significant, but even though I'm using 1 in all the routers, but that is not compulsory. I generally prefer to use same numbers, so that at the time of configurations later on or verifying, we don't need to get confused. Like sometimes you need to recollect on which router which number I have used. There's something a little bit unnecessary things. Recommend to go with the same number all the time. And again, as I discussed, if you're running multiple instances of OSPF, like if this router is connecting to 2 separate routers, you must be using separate process ID here. That is must. So you cannot use the same process ID for 2 different OSPF instances. And the next thing is the configuration wise. So let me quickly go and configure here. I'll do the configuration on the router 1 here. So it's a router OSPF 1. And we need to start with networks. So what is the network you want to advertise? So I want to advertise this network. So the network ID is 192.168.1.subnet. And if you use question mark, it will ask you the wildcard bits. So the subnet mask is /24. So the wildcard bits will be reversed. You can calculate that. You get 0000255. If the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, it will be reversed. Or you can subtract from all 255s to find that. And then we have to tell the area and area number. So the area number can be any number you can use. Mostly we go with 0 or 1, any number you can use. It's up to you. But again, more about the areas, we'll talk about that in the next concepts. Again, we'll see why we use areas, what is the reason behind it. So that is generally to minimize the overhead on the routers. We'll talk about that later. So as of now, I'm just assuming all the routers are in one area, and area number also you can decide. You can use 0, you can use 1, you can use 2, any number. Really, you can use any number, it's up to you. But this is must a part of the configuration. Now, similar way, we need to advertise. So I have advertised this interface. We also need to advertise this interface, the 10 dot interface. I'm using 10./8 subnet mask. Of course, you can use 10.001 with all zeros. If you want to advertise only that particular interface, you can use all zeros as well. So this is what you see in the production scenarios mostly with one IP, or you can also advertise with the actual wildcard mask, whatever I'm using. If I'm using /8, you can advertise the entire subnet, which starts with 10. So it's up to you. And then area number. That's it. So if you verify show IP protocols, you can see these are the 2 networks what we are advertising, and automatically it selects the router ID based on the highest IP of the physical interface. Now, similar way, we need to go to the router 2 as well. On the router 2, we have 3 interfaces here. So I can go and advertise router OSPF 1, the LAN interface. So I'm advertising this LAN interface, the complete subnet 0000255, and then area and area number. So I can advertise this IP, that is 10.002. I can use just wildcard mask of 000 also, just to advertise only this IP. because anyway there are no other IPs to advertise in this router. So basically, as I said, in most of the production scenarios you generally go with this way. So I'm showing you both the options, both will work. And you can see the neighborship establishes. You can see the message over there. I have already advertised this OSPF here, and when I advertise this one, you can see the neighborship goes from loading to full. The last stages, the neighborship has been established. So let me advertise the other interface. 0000 means advertise only that particular interface, the 11 dot interface. One IP I'm advertising, only one IP, exact that one IP. Because in the production scenarios, mostly you will be using /30 mask for most of the point-to-point interfaces, where you just need only two IPs. That's what you see. Of course, I'm not using /30 here, but in terms of production scenarios, you prefer that way. Likewise, I need to go to the router 3 as well. On the router 3, we got two interfaces. This one, network. I'm using 192.168.3 subnet. Again, don't advertise one IP, because in the production scenarios, this is not one IP. You're advertising the complete LAN. So basically the entire subnet we need to advertise. So I'm using /24 in area 0. WAN interfaces, I can advertise only one IP. So 0000 and then area 0. So what I should see is, I should see the neighborship between the router 2 and router 3 also should come up. You can see that. And in terms of verifications, we can verify the neighbor table. We can verify the other options.